Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm in the 20 win series or 20 wins challenge. Starting with Goblin Sign here. This deck that I'm running, super popular, and I think just with the recruits and you have the Goblin Gang, the cannon card's amazing. You just have a bunch of split lane capabilities, especially with the Evil Goblin Barrel. I think that's the only time Evil Goblin Barrel can be a really viable option. So looks like we need to take care of this first. I'm very tempted to just do this here. Yeah, wait for him to pop the ability. Then I'll go with the recruits here. We need to take out that doctor first. And with this deck, you want to go split lane pressure as much as possible. I think this is going to be really solid in the 20 win challenge, which as you guys, once you guys see this video, 20 win challenge, it will be over. But, in future 20 win challenges, I think it's still going to be really good. But also in ladder, in just trophies, League 10, whatever it may be. Okay, so I was not expecting this, to be quite honest. We're going to have the doctor switch what it's targeting. And then we're just going to pop the ability here. So the Goblin Sign is obviously really good. The Doctor's really good in terms of just damaging down any swarm or any, basically anything in general, just to make it easier for your tower, your recruits, your cannon cart, your Dark Goblin to kind of start doing damage. So he's rocking P.E.K.K.A. and Ram Rider, which has also been really prevalent in 20 win challenge. As well as Goblin Sign. Goblin Sign I feel like it's like everywhere in the 20 win challenge. So let's go with the cannon card here. We'll save our log for his Ram Rider if we don't have the Goblin Sign. I'm very tempted to do this, guys. Very tempted. Let's do this here. Nice, that actually pulls that back, which is good for us. Let's go Dark Goblin here as well. Unfortunately, our Princess Tower is not going to be targeting the P.E.K.K.A. because it's not quite in range yet. So I think what we'll go Goblin Sign like this here. That'll bring everything over. I'm gonna go and pop the ability here. Start damaging down some stuff. And then we should be able to just do this here. Oh, let's go Goblin Gang first. Yeah, see what he does. Okay, I mean, Rage is definitely okay. Take some damage with this. Use both sides of your tower as, a resource. He's got Tornado. So, it's going to be a tricky matchup here. Let's go Dark Goblin here. Take out that E-Drag first. Let's go Goblin Gang. We'll go with the log as well, just to break its charge. Yeah, it's going to get quite a bit of damage there, unfortunately. So, let's see, maybe we'll go with the recruits like this here. Go Goblin Sign here as well. Oh man, I think we just need, we're gonna have this one push and that's really gonna be it, guys. Let's go all in here. He doesn't really have a big spell that I know of. So let's do this here. We're just gonna let everything happen. The recruits are gonna dash on, and that's gonna be good game well played. And that's one of the big benefits of this deck is you're able to just absolutely swarm your opponent, need a few seconds, and you're able to switch up the game. So good game well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. That last one, really close stuff. We're able to pull it out in the end here. Let's see if we can be a little more dominant in this one. So the one thing is you gotta keep pressure up, especially once double elixir hits. You don't have buildings, which is probably one of the bigger disadvantages of rocking this deck. I'm gonna go log here. That one went a little bit back, so that's a good read there. But yeah, with this deck, you want to be as aggressive as possible while also not going too crazy. We're just gonna drop arrows here. So the thing with this deck is you don't have a building, but also if they have like Goblin Sign or if they have the P.E.K.K.A., it's really difficult in certain situations, especially if they pair all of that together with like the Ram Rider and whatnot. It makes it very difficult. Let's go Goblin Sign here. I'm gonna go Gang like this. We're gonna get that King Tower activation. And then I'm gonna go Dark Goblin really high up. That's gonna start sniping the cannon cart. So we should be good here. Oh wow, I'm surprised the Valkyrie didn't actually go for the monster, but actually went for the doctor there. I mean, I'll take that. Obviously, I think it would have been a little more beneficial for us had it gone the other way, but It's all good. Now we can play our recruits. Oh man, I think I dropped it a little bit back. So that's the one thing, is you got to be a little bit careful dropping your recruits like that. You have to be very, very on target, which, I mean, that one was just a one-off, but you know, things like that can happen. Let's go arrows here for his firecracker. And again, I don't normally play this kind of deck. You know, I don't play a Goblin Barrel. I don't play Cannon Card typically, nor the Dark Goblin. But this deck has just been so solid in double or in the 20 win challenge that I felt like I kind of had to. He gave up his log. Kind of curious now. Let's go Goblin Barrel. The next one will be the Evo. Goblin Gang, if you drop it early enough, in that case, you know, kind of got bailed out. But if you drop it early enough, you will be able to fully counter a Goblin Barrel. So just something to keep in mind there. Let's go Cannon Cart. And then what we'll do is we'll just go with the recruits here after that thing pops. You know, instead of wasting a spell or something, those things will target onto, you know, the... it'll target onto the recruit. So let's drop arrows here, clip the firecracker and that. So arrows really clutch in this deck. We're gonna have a lot of stuff coming down the lane. He goes with his log already. So we have 3 recruits on that side, and they're going to be tanked for, or they're going to be tanking for those goblins, forcing out a really weird log or a freeze. I use a log on the Evo skeletons there. So he's got Valkyrie. There's not really that much he can do. Let's go with the cannon cart here. We're just gonna arrows this down. Yeah, clip that. And then we're gonna go Goblin Gang here. And then we're gonna go with the log. Just to push everything back right there. I think this is going to be just basically a good game well played. There's not that much you can do here that's left. Cannon Cart, once that locks onto the tower, Cannon Cart's one of those things that if your opponent doesn't have log to push back the Cannon Cart, or they don't have zap or some way to reset it and it locks on tower, it does so much damage. Good game well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. So by the time you guys are seeing this, 20 win challenge will be over, but stay tuned for Friday because by the time I'm recording this, I'm going to be pushing some more for the 20 win challenge. But in general, just tune in on for Friday's video, and that will be when, you know, I'll let y'all know how well I did, whether I broke 20 wins or not. It's been interesting for sure, just seeing the type. It's basically a certain type of deck that always seems to be very popular in these challenges, and then it's just that deck constantly over and over, which, I mean, hey, I'm for it, but also at the same time doesn't really add that much you know, uniqueness. So you're gonna get a lot of the same stuff over and over and over, and that's just kind of part of it. I'm gonna use a defensive Goblin Barrel after the ghost locks on. So oh my gosh, we're getting a lot of damage right there actually, guys. Okay, so Bandit's gonna dash and do its thing. We're just gonna let that happen. We're just dropping a log here. And overall, pretty decent. The one thing with this deck is you don't have a heavy spell as well. So you won't be able to lightning Goblin Steins. You won't be able to rocket a balloon and have a pretty decent trade in general. You won't be able to drop fireballs or poison, so it's just something to keep in mind. Let's go roll recruits here. I know we're gonna take a dash hit from that Ram Rider, and that's just something I'm going to live with. I'm going to go Goblin Stein going down this lane. Again, split lane pressure is the name of the game here, especially seeing Ram Rider. They almost always have a, you know, E-drag, evil E-drag basically of some sort. So that's going to basically take care of that. P.E.K.K.A.'s going to have a field day kind of cleaning that up. I don't want to say that right side tower is lost, but let's go Cannon Cart here. We're gonna have to go with the Goblin Gang right on top of that Ice Wizard right afterwards. We need to take that thing out, and then yeah, that's gonna be a little bit rough, guys. We do have the recruits that's coming up next, so let's do that here. We do have the log for a Ram Rider if he chooses to go that route. I'm gonna do this here, a little bit aggressive, but we need to start sniping down that E-drag, and that's where I'm going to drop my Dark Goblin, basically take out that E-drag. I'm going to go with the Cannon Cart, and then once the Ram Rider kind of goes around, I'm going to go with the log there, kind of break that up afterwards. With 22 seconds left, he does have a decent chance of you know, kind of getting through. So I need to focus up a little bit on defense here. And again, the one thing with the Goblinstein is you're able to just drop the ability, damage down a lot of the troops or anything around it. There's no limit, and you're just going to be over on a really good position. We're going to drop the recruits here, and that's going to be a good game, well played. Another solid match. A matchup that usually doesn't really favor us, maybe a 50-50, don't really know. But so far, so good. Good game, well played. Let's get on to all right, next match here. So our opponent's got the Dagger Duchess, and that's probably one of the better matchups, if you can call it that, for this, because the split lane pressure will get to all of your, you know, we'll kind of get through the Dagger Duchess, and the Dagger Duchess will start basically running out of daggers, and there's not that much that, you know, afterwards what they can do about it, especially if you defended and you played things pretty well. Let's go Goblin Barrel going down the right lane. It's a little odd seeing how much stuff we have on that left side, but again, name of the game is split lane pressure, and because the Dagger Duchess is just out of daggers and there's nothing you can do anymore, that tower is going to go down. That's going to be really nice stuff here. Let's go Cannon Cart. And that's going to do really good, actually, because it's going to pull the P.E.K.K.A. And then we can drop Dark Goblin here. And that's going to help take out the P.E.K.K.A. And with that, that's an absolutely amazing trade here. Let's go Goblin Gang. If he's got anything else, like a Zap, yeah, that's what I was kind of afraid of. We prevented that from actually, you know, connecting to the tower. But, you know, a Barbarian does lock into the tower. But that's pretty good considering everything else. So it looks like it's just going to be a typical bridge spam deck with a P.E.K.K.A., with a Battle Ram, Magic Archer and whatnot. So really good, but I highly doubt, you know, this is going to be the last of it. Let's go Goblinstein here and see what he does. We're gonna show that we're gonna go for the King Tower. Whether or not that happens kind of depends on how he wants to play this. I want to do a Goblin Barrel right here, and I'll go Cannon Cart here as well. A little bit aggressive, but I want to take out that Magic Archer. That Magic Archer is going to be the absolute bane of my existence, if not. So that Goblin Barrel actually did a decent amount of damage to that Dagger Duchess. So, okay spot. That was what I was a little bit afraid of. And the thing with this deck is you don't really have a great way to defend some of these things. So I'm just going to go with the Dark Goblin right there. And then the evil Battle Ram is going to be a problem, kind of clearing everything out, but we'll see what we can do here. I think we should be able to survive this. Cannon Cart is going to switch on to that P.E.K.K.A. afterwards. We do have the evil Goblin Barrel, so that's something we can do if we need it. Let's go Goblinstein right here. Yeah, I figured he was going to do something like that with the Magic Archer. Try to get some, you know, chip damage. Some easy chip damage, I should say. He does have Fireball, so I need to be kind of worried about crowding the line right here, but alright, let's do this here. We are back to another Cannon Cart. Let's do this. Then we'll drop the Cannon Cart right here. Nice. So look at that. The evil goblins on that right side are gonna force out a lot from our opponent. We need to take out that P.E.K.K.A. on that side. Yeah, and look at that. The Cannon Cart's locked on. Cannon Cart is low-key so good. I don't play it enough, but I feel like after this 20-win challenge, whether I get it or not, one of the things I kind of picked up was Cannon Cart is low-key really good. So good game, well played. Let's get on to another. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling here. Let's do this. We'll pop the ability, and we're gonna go with Log here as well. And that's gonna help damage everything down. We don't have to use arrows in case he's got like a weird hog deck. And that's one of the things that kind of came, that I feel like the 20-win challenge also does, is you're either gonna see some very typical decks, like a P.E.K.K.A., Ram Rider, E-Giant, or E-Dragon, or you're going to see something just completely out of left field, and it could really be either one, and there's no way you would really know, you know? So let's go get ready for a Hog Rider here. Okay, so he gave up his arrows. The question is, does he have like Log as well? I don't know, but I think it's worth finding out here. Let's go Goblin Barrel then, and see what he's got. So we know he's got arrows. He's got Zap as well. Okay, let's go with the Royal Recruits here. We want to get to that evil recruits as soon as possible, and preferably 2 sets of evil recruits, if at all possible. Let's see what he's got here. Alright, I'm going to go Goblin Gang. I want to start damaging down those bats and give us an opportunity to try and reach that tower. It's not going to happen, but it's all good. We have Goblinstein here, and we can definitely use that. We'll slow roll a Cannon Cart from the back here, even if he goes Hog Rider, it'd be kind of difficult for him to push to break on through. Let's do this here. Yeah, that Hog Rider is going to get a lot of damage. But we're going to go Dark Goblin here. We're going to try to get some damage of our own. Dark Goblin's going to do its thing. Really, really nice stuff. We'll go with the log here. And so he has arrows and zap. Let me see. Goblin Sign Doctor is going to do its thing. We do have about equal amount of damage on both sides. Let's get ready for a Hog Rider. Yeah. Let's just arrows this down here. Take out the bats. I'm gonna go for a Dark Goblin. I really want to take out that Firecracker, but it doesn't look like it's gonna. Oh, it does happen. Nice, very, very nice stuff. We can go with the Goblin Sign right here, and then we can just push this back. We'll pop the ability. That'll also take down that Firecracker. So really, really nice stuff. That's crazy. The Firecracker actually survived all of that. Alright, we're finally able to take it out. Now the thing is, with this push here, we're gonna arrows this down. Oh my gosh, he is being very, very aggressive, and that's one of those things with this challenge is like, it just brings out the absolute craziness out of every, every player, I feel like, including myself, where I'm just basically spamming, and it's like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you kind of work with it. Let's go Goblin Stein here, and we'll pop the ability. And yeah, against like Hog Rider decks with Firecracker, you're gonna see this a lot, and there's not much you can do about it, in my opinion. But he's playing this really well, so I gotta give him credit where credit's due. Let's do this here. And then we're gonna keep that split lane pressure up. I kind of moved away from it for a second, but let's go Goblin Gang here. And then Recruit is gonna dash on that left side. Look at that right side though. There's so much stuff. And this is one of those things where I'm just like, if that's just how things are gonna be, maybe that's just the way you have to play it, So we're gonna arrows this down here. He's gonna have to go with the Zap, which is probably not gonna be enough. We don't have enough to take that out per se. Let's go with Log here. Oh my gosh. And the one thing is, like, you're rocking Goblins, so Goblins is your main source of damage or defense outside of the Recruits and the Goblin Stein and whatnot. Let's go arrows. I think we can just cycle them out at this point. We'll do this here, and we're gonna go with the Goblin Gang. So that's not going to... Oh, the Hog Rider does break on through, guys. We're just going to arrows this down, though, and I think we're going to be able to outcycle them with log and arrows. Some really, really clutch stuff there at the end. Really, really close, but the Recruits on that left side was also, going to put in some work. So good game, well played. Again, tune in on Friday to figure out, how far I got, if I got the 20 wins, if I didn't. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm playing something new. It's not typically up my alley, but really hope you guys appreciate it. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.